Hello. Happy Thursday. How is everyone? Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was setting up something really exciting for you. So, let's see. I wonder if my connection is on because I don't see any of you on just yet. Okay, here we go. People are rolling in now. Perfecto. So first what I want to do is I'm going to go in and share. Well, I'll do it in a second. Anyway, hi, happy Thursday. So I was creating something exciting for you guys because this topic is about, non-toxic bath, beauty, and household products and the importance of them. So as we entitled this, I like my products like I like my people. Non-toxic. Hi, Linda. Hi, Toya. Hi, Grace. Thanks, guys, for joining in. So excited to see you. I'm drinking some Kavita probiotic. This is a lemon ginger one. Super yummy. So non-toxic. Obviously, last week we talked about the importance of kind of protecting yourself from negative energy that surrounds you, basically from toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic thoughts. And this week we wanted to highlight and talk about how to avoid, hi Sky, toxic products in your life. And so, if you've been following me or have read, this is my first book, Chill Out and Get Healthy, which came out in 2009. So that was my first discovery into how extremely bad for our health our products are. So, many people say that you become an expert and then you write the book, but the truth is you, by writing the book, become the expert. And so when I wrote Chill Out and Get Healthy, I had an idea that there were toxins in our bath and beauty products and our household products, and I myself suffered from very sensitive skin my entire life, right? So I had eczema. I was an asthmatic, so lots of things, allergens would aggravate my skin all the time. And I used things like Lubriderm and Cetaphil. Those were my go-tos that, my dermatologist had recommended for my skin. And although they would probably soothe it, it never healed, it never got better. And I always dealt with eczema. I had it, different places at different times in my life. The worst of it was when I was in graduate school and it actually chose to be on my head and particularly around my eyes. So leaving me red, puffy, itchy eyes. It was horrible. I didn't want to leave the house. And that was around the time I started graduate school for acupuncture, and so started to learn a lot about nutrition, right, and things like that. But no one really got into the toxins in our bath and beauty products or our household products. So even still, I cleaned up my diet and, I made lots of changes. I was managing my stress. I was drinking less alcohol, just kind of avoiding things that really aggravated me. And it helped. But I still always dealt with skin issues. And then when I wrote Chill Out and Get Healthy was when I really did the research on, I have a whole chapter in this book. It's called Beauty You Can't Buy at Sephora. It's one of my favorite chapters, and I still love this book. I still go to it often, These are some new copies that I just bought. Such a pretty book. My first baby. And so I had to do research for the chapter, and I started to discover that there was, and this is before really people were talking about toxins in our bath and beauty products. It was starting to become a popular topic, but not really, because mind you, I wrote it in 2008. It came out in 2009, so this is almost 10 years ago, which is crazy. And so, there's, in the book on page, I just labeled it, on page 203 to 204, I list the most common toxic chemicals in your skincare products and the ones that you should avoid. What I've done today, that's why I was a few minutes late, was I created a little sheet for you. It's an easy little cheat sheet. I'm going to post it right now. Ingredients to avoid in bath, beauty, household products. And so I'm going to just get the shareable link. It's a Google Doc, and I'm going to put it in the, sorry Beth, I did it so last minute. Came to me in my meditation that I should do this for these guys, so that's why I'm not having you do it. So I'm going to comment here and share this link And you guys can go ahead and download this, and that way you can have I think it's like 15, the top 15 products or ingredients I want you to avoid in bath, beauty, household products. And then what I've also gone ahead and did, I have 2 Amy approved lists of Amy approved head to toe bath and beauty products, and then Amy approved household products. And so what I'm going to send you guys to another link. You're going to enter your email, and then you're going to get an email with it's 2 free guides basically. So these are guides that I use in any of my online courses. So I want to give them to you guys. But because of how it's all set up, I have to have you go through and enter your email, and then it'll get shot right to you. So if you guys want to do that, here it is. I just posted it. It's the Amy approved product link. And Beth, you can repost that as the talk goes on again at the end. But we did our homework, and we cover everything from head to toe, bath and beauty products, And then I also went ahead and I have in my household cleaning products all the products that you can make yourself, and then also the approved ones that are out there. It's really simple to make products yourself, by the way. So I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's talk about why we like our beauty products like we like our people, or we should say our products like we like our people, non-toxic, because the toxins in these products screw up your hormones, they screw up your immune system, they're aggravating to your immune system. So people with chronic allergies, not the anaphylaxis type, but everyday seasonal allergy type sufferers, I bet you, I'd say 70% of those people are actually just allergic to a product that they're putting on their skin every single day, or something they're breathing in from the chemicals in their environment. And so if you remove those chemicals, then you remove the exposure. I can't tell you how many clients I've had that I just have them switch up, even acne clients. Those are such a good example. I have them get off of the acne treatments, like the over-the-counter ones, like Clearasil or any of those harsh cleansers that have a lot of chemicals in them to kill off the acne, and their acne actually goes away. Because there's lots of chemicals in those products, so your skin's reacting, your hormones are reacting. That's the key. The hormones are reacting because the chemicals in the products are actually endocrine disrupting chemicals, meaning they screw up your hormones. And so acne, for example, is most commonly a hormonal condition. Most of the acne clients I come across are paranoid to give up their products because they think it's the only thing that helps their skin. But when I can convince them to go off of it, I just had a girl, she's a doctor, an MD, she's an allergist too, which was fascinating to me, using Clearasil all the time because that was the only thing that helped her skin. The only thing, Amy, the only thing. But I had her cleaning up her diet and all these things, and she was trying to get pregnant, and she's currently pregnant. But Clearasil was the last thing she would get rid of, and her, some kind of over-the-counter, acne cleanser type of thing. And I got her to switch and to use some Amy Rock beauty products. I have a blemish stick, which works supremely well. It's totally non-toxic, but it'll work like the Clearasil will. It'll kill the acne on site. But then I have her using an oil-based cleanser, which actually nourishes and hydrates her skin. And there's some essential oils in there that will help fight off the acne. And boom, her skin has never looked better. Granted, she's also changed her diet and gone non-toxic with her diet, which is really important piece to all of this. But, because I always say your skin is an external manifestation of your internal health. So we really do have to work on diet and lifestyle as well. But just also, I think for her, cutting down on the exposure to these endocrine disrupting chemicals that were in these products she was using that were causing a hormonal imbalance that were affecting her fertility, were also affecting her acne because it was hormonal acne. When we cleaned that all up, her skin has never looked better. And, fast forward, she's pregnant now. So, everybody wins there, right? But, you have to start to think about, what are you putting on your skin every day to treat something that actually might be aggravating you? For me, I never get eczema outbreaks at all anymore, unless, the only time I get eczema outbreaks now, and I'm so keyed in, is when I'm, internalizing emotions, when I'm going through some stress. So my last outbreak was on my neck, and I was just dealing with some personal things that I wasn't voicing, and so I just worked through that, and it went away. And so, oh yeah, thank you, Beth. I love to dye my hair. Can you recommend a natural hair dye? Right. So Deirdre, great question. Actually, Beth, make a note. I have a list that I just created for a client. My mother is a colorist. She works in Midland Park, New Jersey. She's extremely talented. Neelan Minton Salon. And she, tends to think that a lot of the organic hair dye is kind of bogus. It's not really that organic. She says all hair dyes these days are definitely formaldehyde free and free of some of the really harsh chemicals. But there are some good ones. There's a one that she uses on my hair that's, a good line. Crap, I'm going to forget. I will post it in this message. So Deirdre, just come back in like an hour and go through the comments and you'll see it in there. Or email me, amy@amyropp.com, and I will remember to send it to you. And then there's another one that a patient of mine is using that she really likes as well. But you can also do hennas, which are another great way. And any of the hair colors that they sell at Whole Foods are pretty clean as well. So you can check out those lines. But there are some at salons now that will use the non-toxics. But as my mom was saying, most of them are non-toxic, so to just kind of keep in mind that a lot of the product lines have changed, but most of them still contain some parabens and things like that we don't want in our hair. So she uses a line on me because I do have, you can see them, they're in there, some lovely grays. So we cover them. And then I also use, it's a powder by this brand called Madison Reed. And it's like a touch-up powder on your hair. So I'll use that in between, so I try not to go too often to get my hair dyed. But henna is another great way. I used to use that all the time. I just kind of fell off. So anyway, I've gotten sidetracked again because, you're welcome, Deirdre. So yeah, just email me so it's in my inbox and I remember. And Beth put a list of the natural hair dyes. That's a really important one for us to create. This idea that, they say that the average woman is exposed to 500 chemicals before she leaves her house in the morning. 500 chemicals. So to think about that, like if you're dealing with allergies, skin issues, anything like that you might just actually be allergic to something, allergies, you have to be careful with that word, but that you might be having a reaction to something you're putting on your skin or something you're breathing in. And so, to really think about that, and that the one-off exposures, like even sometimes if you dye your hair, some women only have to dye their hair like twice a year or something like that. I don't care what you use. I don't think those toxins are really going to do much harm. I mean, if we want to think globally, they're doing a lot of harm to the environment. They're doing harm to the hairdresser who's using them. So we do want that to change, but it's the chronic exposures that really, really affect us. So my whole next book, which will be out in early 2018, it's called Body Belief, and it's really getting into autoimmunity and how to heal from autoimmune conditions, which some of you might not know what an autoimmune condition is, but something like eczema or asthma fall under the autoimmune umbrella these days. And so autoimmune is a general symptom for a response that's going on in your body where it's actually attacking itself, and there's this level of inflammation that kicks up. And the prevalence of autoimmune diseases have quadrupled since the 1980s, affecting women 75% more than men. And it's believed that it's purely an environmental condition because since the 80s, we've introduced 100,000 new chemicals into our bath, beauty, household, skincare, food, our grass. What do we use to treat, our lawn? Like anything and everything, 100,000 chemicals. And so it's causing a huge uptick in cancers and any other autoimmune condition. And the reason I kind of fell into writing the autoimmune book was because when I wrote my second book, which I'm going to grab a copy for you right now, it just might affect my height a touch. There we go. Yes, you can get pregnant. When I wrote this book, what I realized in writing it, because again, I was definitely an expert in fertility treatments before writing this book, but I became much more of an expert from the Western perspective. And all the research I did in writing this book, what I realized was that all these unexplained, I'm going to use the I word for 1 second, infertility. I don't like to use the I word because I think it's a lame word. But all the unexplained fertility challenges that are walking around, all these women that are basically walking around with like normal periods, their hormones look normal, everything's working, but I'm still not getting pregnant. are undiagnosed autoimmune conditions. And this was kind of a hunch that I came up with through writing this book, and then has since become a very prevalent theory now in the world of reproductive medicine. And so again, this book came out in 2014. And so I wrote it in 2013. So we're going back, 4 years. It came out in 2014. And, the field of reproductive medicine is constantly changing, which is amazing. And some doctors are up to speed and some aren't, unfortunately. But that a lot of women are walking around with undiagnosed autoimmune conditions. And the chemicals in their bath, beauty, household products are totally 100% affecting their hormones and their abilities to not just conceive, but to have regular menstrual periods, clear skin, all of these things that are affecting women. And it affects women more than men because our hormonal profile is constantly shifting, and most of these chemicals seem to be more estrogenic than not. And so since women are mainly estrogen and men are more testosterone, these chemicals affect us more. So, it's a lot to completely overhaul everything, and the last thing I want to do is overwhelm someone so much that they're just like, I can't follow this woman, she's crazy. Because I am a little crazy, I agree, but crazy in the good sense, I'm intense. Like, I have a new sitter that's helping me, and I just went over with her, like, how we don't use the microwave, and we don't, when we want to reheat James's food, we put it in a skillet with some butter and heat it back up. Or I do like a double boil thing, that I make all of his food, that I make his wipes, his diaper cream. His diapers are non-toxic. They're made from bamboo. They don't have any, Elmo or anything on them. There's no colors. There's no dyes. His clothes are all washed in non-toxic detergent. We drink water from a Berkey filter, right? He uses a fluoride-free, non-toxic toothpaste. So do we, right? And, we all use the same skincare, basically. And, nothing has fragrance in our house. And I said to her, these are my strict rules are, he doesn't touch fast food. He doesn't eat sugar. He thinks Larabars or Kits Organic bars are cookies, and that's great. So dates are sweet to him. But he has occasional ice cream, and I'm going to protect him for as long as I can. Obviously, he'll go out into the real world and eat Cheetos, and I know that. But for as long as I can. But anyway, just this sense of like, this young girl, it's been nannying for a while, and just kind of like looked at me like, wow, I didn't realize. And I said, yeah, there's chemicals everywhere you look. You have to become hyper vigilant about it. And I've had, almost 10 years now to do this, right? And I have my own skincare line now that, we have a whole facility downstairs, basically, so I can go down if I run out of my Amy Rout Beauty. It's, Deirdre, I'll get to that question, thanks. It's this thing that I've been slowly, integrating into my life. So for you guys, I don't want you to feel like you have to go and throw everything out. I respect your money and I respect your energy. So slow and steady, but makeup should be switched over, all your bath and beauty products, all your household cleaning products. So if you go to that link, I'll post it again, that I just posted again in the comment section. If you go there, type in your email, and you're going to get an email from me, my 2 Amy approved bath and beauty guides. One's a bath and beauty guide, so it's head to toe bath and beauty, and the other is my household cleaning guide. And then somewhere in there, I'll update those guides and add in the hair color, Deirdre. That I think is great. The soy-based scented candles. So it's not so much the soy, because you're not eating it. I don't really care if you smell soy. It's the fragrances in those candles. So it can only be fragranced with essential oils. Anything that has the word fragrance or parfum, P-A-R-F-U-M, toxic. You don't want to be breathing it in. So all the candles I get are unscented. There is a girl that, Rebecca Meyerson, she's up in Nyack in Rockland County. She makes these beautifully scented candles that we sell actually in my Nyack office. I use those. But I'm so used to non-scented that scents sometimes, even the natural ones, give me a headache. So I tend to use mostly non-scented. So Sky, for diapers I use Andy Pandy, and wipes I make my own. I have a video on YouTube. Beth, if you want to post it real fast on how to make your own baby wipes, it's super easy. Takes about 2.5 seconds. No joke. I buy organic dry wipes from Amazon, and then I mix Dr. Bronner's soap, unscented, olive oil, and Berkey filtered water, and that's how I make the wipes. Boom, done. And then if you need to buy them, water wipes I think are the best, cleanest version. Linda, would you say most of the beauty products or Whole Foods are acceptable? No, you gotta read labels. So take that list I posted earlier, the ingredients to avoid. I'm gonna post it again right now. Print it out and go to Whole Foods and avoid any of those ingredients. So, I think if you get my Amy approved product list, the head to toe one, so just follow the other link, the lead pages I just posted, the one that says Amy approved products, follow that link, enter your email, and you'll get my lists, and we've done all the homework. And so those brands are Amy approved, which means they're free of all the chemicals that I've talked about. So we did the homework for you. And like I said, these guys are pretty valuable. I usually sell them. I'm giving them away to you guys for free. So go and download them. It'll literally take 2 seconds. Okay, Shiva Rose makes a beautiful candle. Right, so I don't know. I mean, there's a ton of good brands that are small and similar to Amy Rao Beauty where, not a lot of people have heard of us, but we're growing the message, right? And as long as, you trust it, and, I think the handcrafted is the best. I think things that have a shelf life when it comes to skincare is super important. I want my stuff to go bad eventually because I don't want any toxins in there to preserve it. So we just hired a new person to help us with Amy Rao Beauty. And she had said, she goes, well, a lot of the retailers aren't going to take Amy Rao Beauty into the store because the shelf life isn't a year. And I said, well, technically the shelf life is a year. Like my stuff isn't going to go bad because it's no water in there. It's oil-based. But I think the freshness aspect of my products is key. So I want my stuff to eventually go bad because the people whose products can be in those huge retailers, they're putting chemicals in there to maintain the shelf life. Because the big wholesalers like Sephora want to be able to buy boxes and boxes of that to keep in their warehouse for years, right, at a wholesale price. And the more they buy, the cheaper they get it. I personally want my stuff to have an expiration date. I want my products to eventually go, or to not be as good as they are when they're fresh made because quality, and there's nothing added, right? Skincare you can eat. That's my whole mission with Amy Rao Beauty. So if you can't eat it, I don't want you putting it on your skin. Okay. Yeah, so Beth, am I trying to conceive? Right now I'm not. Thanks for asking. I suppose you guys could use an update. I did do a webinar about what I'm doing to prepare my body for conception at 42. We had my first child at 4. I got pregnant at 40. I had him at 2 days before my 41st birthday, and we got pregnant naturally. Currently, I'm not trying. We're still on the fence, to be honest. Life is so good right now, and it's easy, and we're having lots of fun with James, and it's just, I can't really see it on the horizon right now for me and getting pregnant again. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted, though. Oh, Angela, that's so sweet. So she wrote, your beauty products are the best. My skin never breaks out anymore. It's never looked so good. Thank you, Angela. I love that. And that makes me happy. And I mean, me too. People comment on my skin all the time, which is why I started Amy Rao Beauty. Because I was making my own products just for myself. And like the diaper cream we're about to launch, or we're calling it, what are we calling it? Magic Baby Balm. Because it literally treats anything, any kind of rash or skin condition that the child might have. I made that for James because I wasn't going to I didn't find anything that I really liked out there. I think there's some products out there that are pretty good, but I look at the ingredients and I think, oh, I can make this in 3 seconds. I have everything here, so I made it. And now I've been just giving it to clients and friends, and my nanny says it's and she's been nannying for 20 years. She's like, hands down, the best diaper cream I've ever used. My son has never, ever had a rash or a diaper rash, ever. And he's going to be 2 in September. And, I'm pretty sure it's his cream because Jenny, our nanny, puts it on anything. So he gets a scrape. He has a little rash or a little bump. She puts that cream on it and it goes away. Okay. Hi, Aunt Barbara. We miss you. Okay. So let's see. The links are all live links, so you should be able to click them. Okay. So I think that's everything. So what I would really, really, really encourage you guys to do is follow the link, the one that says... let's see. it's in there. Maybe Beth will do a separate post right now for just the link on the page. So we're going to put it on the page. Click the link, enter your email, get my free guides. It's Amy approved bath and beauty products, Amy approved household cleaning products, and start switching everything over because you deserve to be non-toxic. Your health deserves it, your family deserves it, the air you breathe deserves it, your world, your earth deserves it. Love you too, Aunt Barbara. And that's about it. How did a half hour go so freaking fast? And if you want more information on the whys behind fertility and how your bath and beauty or any of your products affect, check out my book, Yes You Can Get Pregnant, or my first book, Chill Out and Get Healthy. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.